Now that we've explored the intricacies of the NASCLA and North Carolina Builders exams, you may be wondering which you should take to gain your general contractor's license. As with anything, both certainly have their pros and cons. Let's examine the differences between them to help determine which is better suited for your career goals. First things first, let's determine what general contractor license classification is best suited for your career goals. As we have discussed, you will have the option for a residential contractor license or a building contractor license. Though both licenses permit you to complete residential projects, the building contractor license classification also allows you to complete commercial construction jobs as well. This can be beneficial in widening the scope of jobs that will be available to you. If you are not interested in completing commercial construction projects, the residential contractor classification will be more suited to your needs. Let's examine the North Carolina Builders exam requirements for the residential contractor classification first, and then have a look at the North Carolina Builders exam requirements for the building contractor classification.
Should you decide to apply for a residential contractor license, you will have to first pass the North Carolina Residential Contractor exam to gain your certification. Passing this particular exam will allow you to complete residential construction and remodeling projects. Please note, the NASCLA exam is not an option for residential contractor licensure. The pro of following this licensure path is that you will only need to pass a single exam. However, as mentioned previously, this will permit you to only take bids for and complete residential projects, and not commercial work. Additionally, should you find that you would like to extend your reach and complete jobs in other states, your exam credit will not transfer. Unlike the residential contractor classification, you have options should you decide to apply for a building contractor license. The first option is to take and pass the North Carolina Building Contractor exam. Passing this particular exam will allow you to complete both commercial and residential construction and remodeling projects. The pro of this licensure path as well is that you will only need to pass a single exam. However, as mentioned previously, you will be limited to completing projects within North Carolina. Should you find that you would like to extend your reach and complete jobs in other states, your exam credit will not transfer. Now let's have a look at the requirements for obtaining a building classification license by passing the NASCLA exam. If you are applying for a building contractor classification, it is highly recommended to take the NASCLA exam path over the NC building contractor exam, as it allows for license portability and is generally considered to be the easier of the exams. Completing the NASCLA exam requirements will not only grant you the opportunity to complete both residential and commercial construction projects, but will also grant you license portability. Once you successfully pass the NASCLA exam, your passing score can be transferred to any of the states that accept the NASCLA General Contractors exam. States currently in the NASCLA consortium include Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, Nevada, North Carolina, Oregon, South Carolina, Tennessee, Utah, Virginia, West Virginia, and U.S. Virgin Islands. Such being the case, the sky can truly be the limit in terms of your earning potential. As with anything, there are certain considerations to bear in mind. If you decide to follow our recommendation and take the NASCLA exam to obtain your building contractor license, you will also be required to take and pass the North Carolina Business and Law exam. This is a state-specific exam and demonstrates your knowledge of the rules and regulations specific to completing construction projects as a general contractor in North Carolina. This exam score will not transfer to other states like your NASCLA passing score. To complete jobs in other NASCLA states, you will be required to pass the business law exam specific to that state as well.
When scheduling your exams, you will be required to pay an additional $79 registration fee. This is the same fee required if you need to retake the exam. Let's now have a look at the exam specifics for the North Carolina Business Law exam. In this exam, you will have 40 questions to answer. You will need to answer at least 70% of those questions correctly in order to pass the exam. You will have a total of 90 minutes to take this exam. These are the specific materials you are permitted to bring to your exam. We have all of these books available in our online store. As you can see, there are a number of aspects to consider when deciding which exam to take for your desired general contractor licensure classification. Are you looking to take both commercial and residential bids? Would you like to build a strong foundation with deep roots in North Carolina? Or do you hope to take your talents across state lines? Whatever you choose, Skyline School is here to support you as you step into your new career.